Hey guys, what's up? Shadowlands back from the video. I know I was terrible about getting a video out this past week. Some random crap happened, and that random crap was both fun and not fun, so I'm going to leave it at that. But I did want to talk about some of the new games coming out and also some stuff that's been going on the past week and a half that you guys might be interested in. So, first of all, I just want to make you guys aware of some games that are coming out that you may or may not have actually thought about because they're not exactly super high on the radar, and for whatever reason, the companies are not exactly advertising them very well. So I just thought you guys might want to know about some of these games coming out. The first one, and this is probably one of the most, well, I guess, anticipated games you could say, is Pokemon Go. There was a leak that came out about 2 to 3 weeks ago from one of the head producers of the game. It's the virtual reality Pokemon game that a lot of people are super stoked about. They did a beta test back in Japan over in Tokyo last year where they got together an event where everyone could get together and catch a Mewtwo. And that was a pretty awesome event. I was super excited to watch it on TV and stuff, but anyway, there was a leak that says that the game is supposed to come out sometime in Q1 of this year. Now, Q1 ends late March, early April, and there are only 2 real times in there that I could see a game getting released, especially a Pokemon game. The first one is on February 27th, although that's pretty close, and I doubt that's going to happen. February 27th because it's the 20th anniversary of Pokemon. We have Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow coming to the 3DS store and the Wii U store, the Nintendo store in general, on February 27th, but I don't think we'll be seeing Pokemon Go that early because we've seen literally no advertisement for it outside of a couple of YouTube videos. So my thoughts are that it's probably going to come out in March. At least that's what I think. Otherwise, they could do something they did a little while back. One of the original advertising schemes of that was on April Fool's Day about 2 or 3 years ago. I forget what it was. But you could go around on Google Maps, and for one day, you could catch Pokemon. Now, the Pokemon were intentionally spread so far apart, you could never catch more than maybe 1 or 2. But it was a very interesting April Fool's joke that turned into an advertisement for the actual game. And so now that we see that the game's actually coming out, they might actually decide to throw it out on April 1st, since Q1 is still a part of that, I do believe. I could be wrong. I don't know. I don't keep track of dates like that. But anyway, just something to keep out there. Not to mention, the next thing on my list to mention was actually Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow coming out on February 27th, so keep that in mind. I'm stoked about getting Pokemon Yellow. They've added wireless trading and fixed a lot of the bugs from Gen 1. They said that they went through and did a lot of debugging, so like if you guys played the original Pokemon Red and Blue, you would know that if you got frozen, you could not get unfrozen. There was no freeze heal in the game. The only way you could get unfrozen was to get hit by a fire attack or go heal at the Pokemon Center, or get fainted and then revive. So basically, if you got frozen, you were fucked. But now, they've made it so that that's fixed, and you will unfreeze after a certain amount of time, and I don't know if they added freeze heals, but anyway, being frozen is not quite so broken anymore. They had a lot of bug fixes like that, so I'm really looking forward to that. Next up is Pokken Tournament. This is one that's been really anticipated as an arcade game from Japan for a while now. It's a Pokemon Street Fighter game, more or less, but you can still incorporate, like, level-ups and moves that you learn and a bunch of stuff like that from typical Pokemon games. They're going to be coming out sometime in March or April. I forget what the release date was. We do have a release date now. I just don't remember it off the top of my head, but it is coming very late in Q1 or early in Q2, so it's going to be a March-April release, somewhere in there. I highly recommend you guys look at it. Anyway, enough of Pokemon. Let's talk about some stuff you guys actually give a shit about. Fire Emblem Fates, which is actually the only one on this list that is actually that well, you know, talked about, coming out in just like 4 to 5 days, or 5 days I believe. It comes out on the 19th. I've actually already got the deluxe version ordered, so I'm going to have all 3 of them. Chances are I'll even do a few gameplays of them. Just wanted to let you know, in case you weren't a Fire Emblem fan, this is a game that you absolutely have got to try playing if you have a 3DS or a 2DS. I very highly recommend you guys play this one. If you haven't played it, I also recommend you pick up Fire Emblem Awakening before playing this one, because this is the sequel to Awakening. I don't know if there's going to be any like crossovers between characters and backstory, but Awakening was just as good of a game, and it looks like Fates is going to be a fantastic sequel, especially now that we've seen Corrin get introduced to the Smash Bros. Series, and I gotta say, Corrin is broken as all fucking hell. It's extremely broken. He is just, oh god, that he needs a nerf big time. Anyway, he's like the M4A1 CQB of the fucking, you know, Smash Bros. Series now. Anyway, continuing. Destiny has also released this past week a roadmap. For the longest time, Destiny players have been pissed as all hell because Bungie would not tell us shit about what their plans were for the next year and a half. But now it looks like we actually have some sort of, you know, roadmap about where we're going to be going. First off, it looks like we're going to have some sort of minor expansion sometime either this month or next month. They said that it was coming very soon. So we're going to have some sort of minor expansion. Whether that means it's going to be a paid DLC or not, we don't know. But it seems like it warranted enough of a point that they were actually going to make a note of it on their big roadmap. So I figure if they were thinking about mentioning it there, it might be something that we can pay for that would actually like add more content to the game. Or better yet, it might be free content. We never know. Continuing, we do have one major expansion later this year. They're talking about it being post-summer for sure, but we don't know whether that will be a late Q3 or an early Q4 release. Finally, they have promised that we will see a Destiny sequel, a Destiny 2, in 2017. And goddamn, you can bet I'm going to be doing footage on that and doing commentary on that. So you guys can definitely look forward to it. I am super stoked about that now that they've actually come out of the closet and said it. I'm super stoked about it. The final one is actually The Division. Now, I know all of you guys know about this game. Everyone's talking about it as the game Destiny was supposed to be. And I'm thinking, no, Fallout 4 is what Destiny was supposed to be. Fallout 4 is like the RPG everyone wanted. But you know what? We got Destiny instead. I'm okay with that, though. I'm actually super stoked about The Division. I'm going to get it and try it. I didn't play the beta intentionally. I didn't want to know anything about the game until it comes out. I'm going to buy it. I'm going to play it. I'm going to show you guys footage of it. I'm going to commentate over it, whether you like it or not. So we're going to see a lot of The Division gameplay when it comes out. Probably some of the first 2 weeks especially. The only other game that I'm not stoked about for making videos for is Overwatch, but that doesn't come out until June if I do remember correctly, so we have quite a ways to wait before we get to that. Anyway, a few other things I wanted to throw in here just before we head out. So one thing I wanted to say is the game I've been playing mostly for the past 2 weeks when I have free time is called Digimon Cyber Sleuth. It came out on February 2nd, and I have been actually kind of all over this game. I grew up playing Digimon, and it's actually a lot of fun. I gotta say, this game is great for a Persona game. It is not a Digimon game. I've played a lot of Digimon games, and this is not a Digimon game. That being said, I love the game. It's a lot of fun, but it's not Digimon. It's Persona. I love Persona. It's one of my top 3 favorite series of all time. But for someone who is looking for a Digimon game, it is not what I expected. So if you guys are thinking about picking this game up, which I actually recommend you do, it is fun, I would say don't have the mindset that you're going to be buying a Pokemon or a Digimon game, because you're going to be sorely disappointed. The last thing I wanted to throw in here was just something kind of cool that I did. I built a game console, a RetroPie, if you guys are familiar with what those are, for 50 bucks. It was pretty cool. I'm going to put some pictures of it here at the end for you guys to look at, and hopefully you guys think that's kind of cool. I'm actually considering making them and selling them. I'm going to have one coming out pretty soon. I'm going to make a better model of it, and hopefully give one to my younger brother, and I want to have him test it and a bunch of stuff like that. I'll probably post some videos of my friends and I playing Pokemon Emerald or something so you guys can see it working. I think it's a pretty fun thing to do. And it only costs 50 bucks. If you guys are interested in how I built it, there was a minor tutorial that I used, and then also I made some modifications myself. I'll probably make another video on that at some point, especially if I'm going to be building more of these. But I'll at least link you guys to the tutorial that I used to build it. It's a very good one, so I think you guys should at least be willing to check it out. It can emulate pretty much anything that is like prior to the year 2000 and Game Boy Advance games. But anyway, that's all I wanted to go over today, guys. Thank you for watching. Please rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Shadowlance out.